You're watching the local footy show. Kev, what are you doing? You all right?
Well, you said they were going to have the interview with the Prime Minister. I've been waiting for it. I've been watching.
Coming up shortly, mate. You're worried about the digital thing, aren't you? Yeah, it's coming up. It'll be coming up.
Kev, look, everybody, they all know about you wanting to run for the Senate. And, we spoke to a number of politicians, and this is what one of them had to say about your run for the Senate.
So, Kevin, I understand you think about having a crack at federal politics. So you're welcome to do that as long as you don't have a go at state politics. I'm pretty relaxed about that. But politics is not all beer and skittles, mate. So I know you've got an agenda there. You'll need to prosecute it pretty strongly. But good luck with this. Good luck with media scrutiny too. You know, the media can be pretty tough. Watch Channel 31 in particular. They can be very, very tough in the way in which they scrutinise candidates for political office. So good luck with your campaign. I wish you every success.
So there it was, straight from the top. Well, straight from the top in the state anyway. But
not bad, Kev, not bad.
It's not the Prime Minister. It's the Premier. I mean, it's okay, but...
All right.
He doesn't get digital.
Just to stop your whinging, Kev, just to stop your whinging and put you out of your misery, we did ask the Prime Minister of Australia, the Honourable Kevin Rudd, a few questions last week at Wurrialek.
Mr Prime Minister, fantastic day for the community here today. How important is community sport?
Well, if you come here to Wurrialek, which is where we are, you've got 5,000 people out here cheering on two teams. Lakers having risen from the ashes. It's just a hugely positive community feel. So full marks to the locals. They've done this themselves. Got to pay tribute also to the Demons. They've been up here, big supporters of the Lakers, and just terrific.
But you sat in the stands the last couple of weeks to watch the elite level. How does it feel to be actually amongst the people down there near the fence cheering away for the Lakers?
Mate, everything feels better than having lost against the Bulldogs last night. So I'm barracking for the Lakers. I'm their patron. I hope they win. The wind is decisive in this game so far. As you can see, the scores are virtually even. But you know something? It's really good to be with people out there enjoying their footy, with their families, their friends. It's been great.
Are you getting the feedback that it's a great thing for them that the Prime Minister of Australia can come down here and continue the support that you showed during the fires?
Well, I think the people who have done the hard yards and recovery from the fires, it's not me, it's actually the locals. They've been backed up by really good people. Here in Victoria, we've tried to provide our support at our level of government. What I find extraordinary is just the level of community solidarity. People just reminding me quietly that Fred over there got badly burnt. Shirl over here is just out of the burns unit. So people are quietly aware of the tragedies that people have had, the strife they've been going through, and what's a very difficult road to recovery. But this is Australia at its best. Look out here at the moment at the field of Wurrialek. The people booting the football around, their fathers and their sons, and a community coming together. So this is the envy of the world.
Well, we love the local footy scene, and it's great to see you down here and giving the people of Kinglake and the other clubs in this league that we're all affected your support.
Well, the Yarra Valley Mountain League, I've now heard all about the Yarra Valley Mountain League. I'm a Queenslander, so I don't pretend to be a huge expert on the AFL. I like it, I enjoy it, and I follow about 2/3 of the rules, and the other third is still an unfolding mystery for me. But can I say it's good to be out here, enjoying the community. Great bunch of people.
Mr Prime Minister, a question without notice.
Yeah, sure. Fire away.
The digital licence for Channel 31. Now, we've got to go digital so that the local communities can can have shows like this go on week in and week out. Do you reckon we can do something about getting that digital licence?
You know, mate, I reckon the best person to ask that question to is called Senator Stephen Conroy. He's the minister. Secondly, he's from Victoria. Thirdly, he's a Collingwood supporter. So I'll let you sort all those things out, and you just give him heaps.
We will.
Well, we got our Kev, who's going to apply the next election. He's thinking of putting himself up for the Senate. What's your advice to Kev?
Mate, anyone who puts their hands up for politics, just make sure that you've got a very thick skin. Make sure that you're about to say goodbye to your home life, and make sure that you've got the stamina for it. But I reckon you're Kev for the Senate to go and have a long chat to Stephen Conroy and work out which footy teams they back and see if they can work it out over a pie and a beer.
We'll get him to do that. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
So there he was, Kevin Rudd, Prime Minister of Australia. Exclusive to the Local Footy Show, that interview. And I tell you what, fellas, he was absolutely fantastic with that crowd there last week, and a very, very good sport.
How's everybody? Good? You looking forward to the game? Okay.
Do you like Kevin Rudd?
Am I him? That's me.
Yeah. Do you like Kevin Rudd in the show?
I haven't seen Kevin Rudd in the show. Oh, that one? Yeah, I'm off and on it.
You know what surprised me? That he actually stood in the crowd for most of the game, in with all the people clapping and cheering, and I reckon that was fantastic. Where else in the world could the leader of the country do that?
Well, that's what made me proud to be there last week, Benny, and quite seriously, it just made me feel great as an Australian that could happen. Didn't matter what team you barracked for there, it didn't matter what political party you supported, that was a celebration of Australian community. And they all came together for a game of footy and to also pay tribute to the heroes of the bushfires and those lost in the bushfires, and everybody was there with the right intentions, the right frame of mind. Not one incident anywhere, not in the crowd, not even on the field, and I think it was an absolute celebration of being an Australian.
Yeah, it was a good effort there by Kevin Rudd, and I must say, when I get to the Senate, I'm going to take it much easier on him now.
Okay, but don't go. What you've got to do, and he made the suggestion, Kev, is that you've got to have a beer and a pie with the Minister, Stephen Conroy, and settle this digital issue once and for all.
Well, there we go, Senator. It's you and me. So unless you want me turning up and getting you face-to-face for an arm wrestle, you better get in contact with the Local Footy Show now. We'll have him on, won't we? He can explain his case.
We certainly will. Watch out, Mr. Conroy, because Kev's on the warpath. This Kev, not your Kev.
Yes.
We'll go back to some more highlights now from the grand final last week between Kinglake and Olinda Ferny Creek.
Left foot kick, it's a high one. High flyers want a cartwheel punch from behind. It is punch from behind. Going through is Galicio. He tried to take the ball with him. Can't do so. Carpenter throws himself on the ball. Hand pass comes out.
There's the kick in towards the forward line. It's Olinda Ferny Creek mark. Only 15 metres out directly in front. Looks like Scott the coach, is it? Mick Scott has the ball for the Bloods.
The cockroach.
And this to bring the Bloods to within 3 goals. He's put it straight through the centre. Another goal to Olinda Ferny Creek. You can hear the chant from the Kinglake supporters trying to will their players home.
O'Neill. He's at the attacking side of centre wing. Kicks it into centre half forwards. Over the back. Chance for Rossio to go forward. Little kick and finds his teammate in Troutman. Paddy Rosier comes in. He's put it through! He's put it through!
Well, there was plenty of action and great atmosphere at Wirrialloc there last week, as we've been saying right throughout the show. Let's go back now and find out what was happening off the field.
Phil, come a long way since that first round when you were up there at Kinglake.
Yeah, it's an amazing. I think it's an amazing season. All the teams and not just the first have done well, but big game today with the Bloods. Each of them's got something to prove to each other today, but I feel a bit sorry for the Bloods. The Lakers would be the crowd favourites here, and indeed throughout Australia.
What about the Prime Minister coming up here? Not even a football person, but gee, it's great to see him at a local footy game.
Big effort, you know. Suburban football, country football is where you see the best football. I think it's football the way it was. The PM's here. He's certainly improving his football knowledge. You might have seen a bit of it behind the glass at the big finals last night with the Lions and the Doggies, but you'll see a real sort of football here today, and it's a big effort by him here at the start, here at the finish.
My brother plays for Olinda, and I played for Olinda too for 200 games or so.
Yeah, you're a life member there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But the boys are Even? Jeez.
2 goals up.
They're 2 goals up. See, I can't read the bloody scoreboard, Cam.
5.
Yeah. So, yeah, huge day. Huge day for the Wall family, and as it is for Kinglake as well, obviously. Yeah.
Cameron, you should be out there at the present time. The twos are playing.
Yeah, 5 points last week.
I want a holiday.
Ah, well. All the old fellas will be sitting on the sideline yelling and cheering for the younger blokes.
But all the same, what a great day again up here, and for Kinglake Footy Club in particular.
Oh, huge. For the community. Everything. And then the 21 guys running out there, everyone's behind them.
Is there anyone left up there in Kinglake today?
I don't think so.
Why would they?
That's right, they'll all be here. I think the supermarket's closing, the bakery's closing. Yeah, it's all happening.
Well, Mick, the big day's come.
Yeah, the big day's here. It feels like not long ago we were speaking in the first game. I love the show for starters. I reckon it's terrific for local footy for the area. It's good to see that local footy gets on there because that breeds AFL stars.
But today you've got the team into the grand final, and look at this crowd. They're lucky they didn't have the AFL grand final the same day.
Yeah, well, the crowd has just been fantastic. The well wishes, all the everything. It's been fantastic. It's great for the club. I know I can keep on going on about it, but look, I'm proud to be here myself, as not just the coach, but actually to witness what the Kinglake Football Club's about, and that spirit, and that's the way we look at it.
Mick, into the grand final, and with all the hype like this, how can you cope with it?
It is a lot of hype, but I think what we've got to deal with is a lot less than what Kinglake got to deal with. They're going through some tough times. Media's been all over them, so every time I think the hype's up there and that, we've just got to think it's not as bad at our end of it as it is for Kinglake. So yeah.
But today has been a lot of hard work, and the only team that's defeated you is Kinglake.
Yeah, look, they got us at our ground about 8 weeks ago, and they played extremely well. We're probably going through a bit of a flat period at the time. We come off a couple of fairly easy games, and probably just needed a good kick in the rear, I think, and it sort of got us up and about since then.
Will you be able to use the everybody's on Kinglake side to G up the players today?
I don't think you can use that. I think all you can do is just pump up the day and just really embrace the occasion and just be really grateful that you get to play in front of a crowd like this. With such an opportunity with the media attention and even the opportunity to play in front of the Prime Minister is not too bad. So yeah.
As we go back to some more of those exciting highlights from last week's grand final.
Mather comes off for a break. Sean McMahon goes on. As the ball's now driven out of defence by the Lakers towards the centre wing position. In they go. Hand pass comes out, and they'll go forward again now. Kinglake looking there for McMahon. He's up.
Oh!
Couldn't quite take the grab. Taken off the pack. In they go, going through Wolfenden, kicking long into free space.
There's nobody there. It's bouncing towards the line. Racing after it over there was Ben Day. Rescued it out towards the half-back line. Scott took the mark, had it knocked out of his hand, and he'll take the free kick. Half-back flank out of side. The coach of Olinda Ferny Creek. Out towards the centre wing it goes. And he's got Rosier out there. That's Pat Rosier who takes the mark.
Yeah, plays on straight away into the corridor. Bounces kindly for O'Neill. Hand passed over the top. Chance now for Stevens. Around, a little kick in. And he's found a teammate 10 metres out from goal.
Then a chance here now for Norda to bring the Bloods within to 5 points. That's what he's done. 5 points the difference. 18-minute mark.
Up it goes. Comes down. The hand pass out again, and they're going to go forward. A long kicking by Reid. Up they go. Comes to the base of the pack. Chance again by the captain. Scott Tredoning brings them within 4 points.
The Lakers have given this everything. High kick. They set themselves. Galicio's there. Spilled to the front. And they're away now through the centre wing. Mark required by Walker. There's a whistle on play down here. And Walker will take a free kick for down the ground. And it'll be James Walker, the skipper for Kinglake, right here on the centre wing.
Plenty of experience that one. He got in front, knew that the ball would hang for some time. And now he looks up the ground. Dust is still blowing, the wind's still blowing the dust around. In towards McMahon. He's up in front, can't take the mark. Comes down, Glitcho was there. Couldn't take hold of the footy. Oh, the tackle put on Scott. High tackle could have been. The umpire says play on Walker, cops one in the back. The umpires look at each other. Who's going to pay the decision? None do. And they throw it in at centre wing in front of this huge crowd.
Nearly 20 minutes gone. The chant goes up. Listen to that crowd.
In they
Came
go.
down towards trying to take the footy over there was
Butterworth.
Butterworth couldn't do so. Spill clear. Oh, pushing his way through was Walker. Ball still in dispute. McMahon's there. He takes it. It's like rugby at the moment. Knocked away again towards the boundary line. Over and out for another throw in. Centre wing. Listen to that crowd. 20 minutes gone in the 2009 Grand Final.
The Prime Minister clapping. Up they go. Comes down. But it may be that they go through with the agency of Fitzgerald towards a half-forward flank. It bounces again. The wind takes it across the boundary line. Another throw in to take place.
So the ball to be thrown in. Centre wing here. In it comes. They set themselves. Azam in there. Taking the footy for Kinglake was McMahon. Sean McMahon got it over to the dangerous Thomas. Thomas in towards centre half forward. And a good juggle mark to DeMarco. DeMarco gets on with it straight away. But gee, they're outnumbered here, Kinglake. It'll fall to Murphy. Murphy onto the left foot. Going, bouncing. It's not going to be enough legs on it. Kick off the ground by Thomas. It's bouncing and taken through by Day. So the margin back to 5 points. Listen to the crowd.
They're on their toes. Ball's kicked out to the Prime Minister's side of the ground. Big Sevenella's up and puts his hand on the footy. It bounces awkwardly. Chance though for Olinda. Sevenella puts the tackle on. Play on, says the umpire. Mather goes in and takes his opponent to the ground.
Oh!
The crowd are loving every minute of this.
Oh!
What a tussle.
Sensational stuff, and the chant goes up. Prime Minister right in the middle of it.
What a grand final. Sevenella goes up.
Taken by Azam. They work it towards the boundary line. Oh, taken over the line there on that occasion was Adam Butterworth, and it'll be thrown in centre wing.
Oh, the crowd are appreciative of the players' efforts as the ball's thrown back in. Sevenella knocks it down, but it's out the back. Chance for them to go forward through Troutman. Olinda, long kick, long in towards half forward, pushing and shoving it up. Oh, what a mark! What a mark! That was fantastic. That was by Chris Watkins. He goes out sideways and finds a teammate out there. They play on straight away. Luke Knott out towards Murphy, and Murphy's running himself ragged to keep possessions. So the big Murphy kicks the ball long and high, looking for Galicchio. Up they go, but there's a man in front, DeMarco. He's got all the footy, wants to move it quickly, goes into the forward line, bounces kindly. McRae's in there. Couldn't get it, kick off the ground. Bouncing, through for a score. 5 points the difference. The crowd are roaring for Sevenella to knock it out. In they go, quick kick out into no man's land. Chance here though for Olinda to go forward as the hand pass comes out and kick further down the ground in towards the centre wing position. It's all Olinda back there, but it's all Kinglake back there. They're messing around with a kick by McMahon back towards the centre of the ground. Sevenella was a target. They've got numbers here, but they can't grab hold of it.
They're tired.
In they go. It was the captain in there, Walker. He couldn't pick up the
They're
footy.
exhausted.
He just knocked up.
They are out on their feet, these players. This is a sensational grand final. Ball thrown in the air. They're crashing their way through the pack there, but a kicking towards the half-forward line for Kinglake. Taking the footy over there for Olinda Ferny Creek was Tom Millwood. Out towards the centre wing. O'Neill couldn't take it, but he's got support in the form of Broomhall. Broomhall a long kick down towards the forward line, and it's Olinda Ferny Creek mark. 25 out directly in front. Chance here now for Dave Norder, who kicked a vital goal earlier to level the scores. Comes in, scores level in the grand final.
He drilled it all right.